Good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever the case may be, whenever you watch this video. I'm actually doing this video in the morning. That's why I said good morning to you guys. This is Jeff KN4KUU to all our PyStar fellow users out there. And if this is the first time to my site here on YouTube or even to our website, I'd like to say welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as we put out new videos and teach you guys things and answer your questions from a programming standpoint. Love to hear from you. Feel free to send me an email, Jeff at kn4kuu.com. I'll try to answer them and get back to you guys as soon as possible. But once again, thank you. The purpose of this video this morning is I've had a couple complaints from some fellow PyStar users where PyStar will just go out and update itself. How nice is that, right? And you would think that would be great. That's a great idea to upstate and make sure that you have always the current software. The problem is that when it updates, it will whack or mess up your host files. And the host files are the files that you use in order to select what reflector. Now, it's not a problem for D-Star because D-Star uses reflectors. Those all stay the same. But it can be a problem. Here's a reflector, so C reflector, and you know, reflector 001C. That's the one that I'm usually on and everything. But it does become a problem when you're using like Fusion and DMR. One of the things is the reflector I use, the one that you can hear me on the most, is the Nature Coast. And for some strange reason, when it updates, the Nature Coast reflector gets whacked. Now I have a previous video that you can go to and you can watch on how to restore that, how to restore that after they they turn off our config file, and so you can do that right here on YouTube. But the question is this: if I've already updated and I've got everything the way I want it, why make it go out, or why go out and update? And I agree with that in some cases, especially when you have issues like this. So what the purpose of this video is to fix that, to keep it from going out and updating after you get your PyStar configured in the way you want it. Now, as you know, if you guys haven't, if this is your first video watching us, we've gone through some of these configurations and these settings and before, but we'll go over them again. Um, Now, we talked about cron tab. Cron tab is a clock, and we've used that in some of our other programming that we've done in the past to basically check things, or to basically go out and do or run code, or to run updates and things like that. So naturally, we're going to have to adjust the cron tab file to keep that from happening. And where you find that is you go to expert mode, and inside expert mode, you have your editors and everything, and you can go in here and change your config files in here and do all that as well. I highly recommend go out. Of course, make a backup of your image and stuff, but go out there and just kind of learn this stuff. Hit buttons. I mean, that's the thing. No one's gonna get hurt by you pressing buttons. You might have to create some extra work by having to restall everything, but go ahead and do it. That's how hackers do it. That's how us guys that have been doing this for a while. We just go out there and get into this stuff. And that's the truth be told. That's how I've learned about 90% of what I do, and I've been doing fairly well at it for 30 years. So recommend that. Push buttons. Learn what things do. Um, so what we want to do is first we want to start out in system cron. Let's get to it, Jeff. Get some work done this morning so you guys get on with the rest of your day. So inside system cron, this is the cron tab. So this is a file that is on Linux operating systems, and it's basically a timer. And each one of these settings means something, right? I'm not going to get into it right now. If you want to learn more about cron tab, just Google cron tab, and you'll understand what these numbers and all this means. What we're going to do today is we're just going to try to stop the auto updates from happening. Now, as you can imagine, this is it, cron daily. So this is the code that runs daily, um, that does the update on your system. So this is the offending code in this case. This is the one that's nuking your config files. So what we need to do is we need to dig into that a little bit more. The way that we do that, right? So it tells you where the code is. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to that code. So let's go ahead and move on over to our little editor here. And the way we do that is you go into SSH Access. And for those that have seen my videos, you know about this. So you want to type in your Pi-Star username, hit enter. You type in your password. And for those that watch videos, we've talked about this before, but in the Linux world, when you type in your password, do fret not when you don't see it get typed in here or the cursor doesn't move. That is that's the nature of the Linux security system. It does not show you obviously the password. It doesn't show you the space or the character counts as you're typing. So type in your password and just hit enter, and it will take you to the screen. And that's just, like I said, that's a function of Linux security. Now, you know that you're logged in as the Pi-Star user because here it is here. And you also know that you're a user. You're not root or anything like that because you have the $ here. That's also a Linux feature. Now, Pi-Star is, whenever you're editing files in Pi-Star, right now, Pi-Star is set up for read-only. It means that you can only read files. You can't write the files and you can't edit files. So what we need to do is, because we're going to be editing some files and we're going to be writing, so you want to type in the RPI/R or -RW, and that puts it in the read mode. The other thing too is because we are editing some code and everything, I just go ahead and switch over to root. And the way you do that in Linux is that you type in sudo su for super user, sudo super user, and that will kick you over to root. And now you root, and you have full root privileges, which means you can change whatever file. You don't have to, you don't have to worry about typing in other commands and stuff like that and stuff. So yeah, it's a preference. If I know I'm changing a bunch of files, I will just sudo into root. There's another way of just changing files as a user. That's probably a little bit above what we're going to be talking about, above the pay grade, as they would say here. But yeah, go out there and look, Google it. You know your root because it changed. If you notice, it changed the root. Now the user tag here is also changed colors, and it is also a hash sign or a number sign. That tells you, in the Linux community, that tells you that you are a root user or have root privileges when the $ changes to hash sign or pound sign. All right, so there you go. We are now logged in to the system as root, and now we want to go and we want to edit the file. And if you remember, and remember, the editor on this is VI, so you go vi/etc/cron.daily, right? And because that came up with a slash, it's actually a directory. So let's see what's in that directory. So Etsy cron.daily. So let's cd that. You can't VI that. You have to cd it because it is a directory. So let's go. So now we're in the daily directory. I know where the file's at, but I want to kind of show you how to get to it. So you go cd etsy cron.daily, and you do an ls here, and that brings up all of the files that are in here. And if you notice, if they're green, that means that they're executables on this system. So if they're green, that means that these are all files that are executable. So the one that we're looking at, or the one we want to read, is this one right here, Pi-Star.daily. So you can do vi Pi-Star daily, and that will bring it up. There it is. So what they're doing is that they're actually, that executable then points to another executable. So there you go. So what you can do is take your cursor. I'll show you a little trick here. Take your cursor, highlight it. You left mouse click on the file, and you highlight it to blue. You hold, click click all the way over here, hold it, and then drag your mouse while keep your mouse button down the whole way, the left mouse button. Click it, drag it, and there you go. You copied it. Now right mouse click on it and say copy. Now what that does is it copies that. Now you can type this in um, all at once, but this is easy. All right, so you're going to say escape. That's the upper left hand key. ESC, escape, colon Q, lowercase q, exclamation point. That's just quit. There's no reason. We're not right quitting, so we're not putting WQ. We're just doing Q exclamation point, because we didn't change anything in this file, so there's no reason to write it. So now you're going to just hit enter, and that's going to take you back to your main screen. Now, what we want to do is two things. We have our file. We know where it's at, and that's the file we're going to edit it. But before we do that, before we edit that file, we want to type in CD. We want to go to the directory and where that file lives. And we're going to then right mouse click, and in our system we're going to say paste. So you right mouse click and it's going to say paste, because that's now going to paste what we just copied in the other screen. Now go back and delete the pystar-daily.cron. Just delete it, because we want to go to that directory, right? And we're going to say enter. Now, whenever we're changing files, it's a good idea to make a copy of the file that we're going to change. And that's what we're going to do first before we actually edit the file, just in case we mess something up or do some damage, or maybe we want to restore it. Maybe, for some strange reason, they fix the host file auto update issue, and now we just want to run it as natively as possible. So what will happen is that you go in here, and now we're in this directory, and we'll just list it, and there they go. There's these are all the applications that are inside this directory. It's a lot, and everything, but the ones that we're worried about is the pystar-daily.cron job. That's the application that runs. So what we want to do is we want to make a copy of that before we do anything. So you hit CP, and then you type in pystar, hit tab. If you hit the tab, if you type in the first couple characters on a Windows system and hit tab, it will autofill for you, so you don't have to type the whole thing out. If you're using Mac or whatever, some other operating, you might have to type it all the way out. But for mine, I can just hit tab, and most users will be able to just hit tab and it will autofill. Now the next thing, so we're going to copy pystar-daily.cron, and we're going to give it another name, pystar daily, and I'll just say old, right? Another good practice that a lot of people do, especially if you're doing this, is that you can actually set it to like a date. So we can say 2018-05 for the month, and today is the 27th. So you can do that as well. Whatever works for you. And then that way, now it's changed. Now if we do an ls, you will see right here. So we made a copy of it. Now we want to edit this directory. All right. So now when editing a directory, of course, we use vi pystar daily cron. All right. So that's it. Now, before we actually get into the editor, I want to kind of share with you guys, if you watch my previous videos and everything, there's a couple of things I want to do, or that you need to do before you actually use. If you've not watched any of my other videos and everything, you need to do this first for VI to work effectively. VI is an editor, is a text editor. It's widely used in the Unix Linux community. It's kind of like the de facto editors. There's other editors like Nano and stuff like that. I don't like it. I don't like Nano. I use VI because I know no matter what Unix or Linux system I get on, VI will always be there. However, there are different flavors of VI. Some are a little bit more user friendly than others. when you get your Pi-Star, the VI version that they give you is not that friendly. I'm just going to tell you, um, it's not that friendly, and it doesn't follow along with the video we're going to do here. So let's get everything in sync. And the first thing we're going to do, and if you already done this, please bear with me. These are for you new users. If you haven't done this, then follow these commands. So first thing we're going to do is go apt get update. Apt get update. apt hyphen get update. We're going to hit enter. This is going to go out, and it's going to make sure that your Raspberry Pi has the latest or is connected to the latest and greatest update servers, right? And that will make sure that you have all of the latest, greatest, well, you're connected to all of the upgrade servers. So as this goes, this is pretty quick. This won't take that long. Of course, you got to make sure that you're connected to the internet when you do this, or it won't work. All right. So now it's update. It's got all the latest and greatest update connections to the update servers. So now we're going to say apt get install VIM. Apt get install VIM. You're going to hit enter, and it's going to go out and grab the latest version. Now, I already have the latest version, but if you don't have the latest version, it's going to say, do you want to install this? Hit yes, hit Y, and hit enter. Y, enter. And that will take you for Yankee. For those that don't know Yankee, hit the Y and say yes, and that will install the latest VIM. All right, so now we're all on the same page, right? My editor, your editor, they should all look the same. So we can just type in clear here and get rid of all that. For those that don't know, that's clear like that. And then if you hit enter, that will actually clear your screen. We're going to do ls again so we can actually see the files that we want to edit. The one that we want to edit is this one right here, right? PiStarDaily.com. So we're going to say vi PiStar daily and then C for cron. And the reason why I didn't autofill is because it will fill up until there's a, if it has two files with the same name, it will fill up to the point in which the names diverge from each other. And then it's asking you, do you want to put a 2 or a cron or whatever there. So now we hit enter here. All right. So now we are in the code. Now what we need to make changes to, now like I said, we made a backup here. So instead of, you can put the in the shell scripting, you can use the hash sign to comment. That's how to comment things out. But since we made a copy, and I don't want this thing going out and updating at all, I will do the update. There's another, you can actually do not press the update in the upper left up here. Do not press it, but I'll just kind of mouse over it. Don't press it because it will actually go out and update automatically. It doesn't say, are you sure you want to update? It will actually just go out and update, but I'll just kind of move it. It's right there. So if you wanted to update your system, you could do it by hand. But this is to address the issue where it does it automatically while you're sleeping, or it depends on what part of the country you're in, or your hours of operation. But so what we want to do is we just want to get rid of it. We don't want it to update at all. So the first thing is, this is the dashboard update, which you're looking at the dashboard. This is to get the code. Git is a repository. This is where the source is being stayed. We don't want this. We don't, there's no reason to update the dashboard, right? So we're going to just get rid of it. The way that you delete things in the VI, the quickest way, is just hit D. There you go. And then hit it again. You want to get rid of this line as well. D. And that gets rid of that line. Now you're going to use your arrow down key, and we're going to get rid of this. Update binaries. There's no reason to, like I said, there's no reason to update the code. So we're going to D this, and we're going to D this. All right. And then we're going to go down here, and we're going to say D. Now, a lot of people say, well, why don't you just delete the cron tab job in that cron tab editor? Well, some of this stuff you do need to have it run. Some log files. This system generates a lot of log files, and what this will do is this actually cleans up those log files so it doesn't eat up your disk space. And so you want to keep those. And so this is, yeah, this uh, cron job, this daily job that runs daily or nightly, is important. It does have some benefits to the system. It keeps it clean. So these are good. We want to keep purge log files, shrink NIX. That's the server. That's what is serving up this page that you're looking at right now. So we definitely want to do that. Now, this is where we start getting into the config file issues. Now, config host file setup, and this will go out and update files and stuff. Well, that's the whole purpose of it. We don't want to update those gateway files. So we're just going to, because we're just going to get rid of these, all of this right here. Just keep hitting D, 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 D. Now don't go crazy with your DDs because this thing will kind of race. So, but you just want to get rid of all of this. And this is what is pulling in all of those files as well. Go slow. All right. So there we go. We got rid of those. There you go. They are gone. And you should no longer be getting updates. Now, so what this service, I mean, they've done a pretty good job at commenting this. So you kind of know what this code is doing. And, use your arrow up and arrow down key, kind of look at it, and there you go. That does it. Now, what we need to do is now save this. How do you save it? Well, if, like I said, if you watch my previous videos, you'll know this. But for that are new, you want to hit the escape key. So you hit the escape key. You want to hit the colon. That's the key right next to the L on US keyboards. I don't know what it is on other keyboards, other country keyboards. And you want to say W for write and then Q for quit. Write quit and hit enter. And there you go. You've just edited your PStar clone or your PStar daily file. This is the file that goes out and updates and then whacks all of your changes, and it will keep that aggravation down for you. Um, Now, it's always a good idea is just hit exit here and type in exit again, and that will actually take you all the way out of the system. There you go. You are now closed. If you see the connect, you can click the connect there. I hope this video worked for you. I hope it solves your problems and everything. And I'll be monitoring their updates. There is obviously an issue where they are deleting those. I know for Nature's Coast. I don't know if there's any other groups that are getting deleted, but that will help you fix that. Now, you can go to YouTube here, and within YouTube, you can type in KN4KUU. That's how you probably found me, and you'll see if this is the video that addresses restoring the Fusion Group list after an upgrade PyStar. So if you have that issue, this will show you how to go back to restore it. The other one is code to automatically reset PyStar if you lose network connectivity. That's another great video. This video also shows you if you have Nano, if you go into edit files and it comes up as a Nano editor, not a VI, this video will show you how to reset that so you can use VI only, so you're compatible with everything else. But like always, get out there, hit that subscribe button. We would very much appreciate it with all the new videos. I'll turn this off because you're going to hear it again. But hit the subscribe button. If you guys know Linux or YouTube and stuff, that's important because when I post these new videos, they'll get out there and stuff. And like always, if you have questions or if you're running into an issue with a ham related application or piece of software and you need help or you need someone to explain it in a video format, please send me an email, Jeff at kn4kuu.com. That's Jeff, Jeff at kn4kuu.com. I will try to do a video for you. I do have some coming up on RT systems and programming certain radios. I do have 2 radios that I'm going to be programming which is the actually three radios I'll be programming and showing you guys how to program those. That's the FTM 100D and also the ID 5100. Hopefully, I'll be getting some other radios and pieces of equipment in here, and I'll show you how to use those and how to program them. Now, those videos, I will tell you this, are not going to be a product review or anything like that because I think product reviews are opinions. And I don't want to, I don't, what I like and what you like might be different. But what I do want to do is I want to show you how to program those products or how to use those products from start to finish. Because if you guys are like me, I don't like reading manuals sometimes. So we'll just do the video on YouTube. But once again, thank you for joining this or for watching the video. Uh, Reach out to me if you have any questions, concerns. Of course, you can always reach me on the Fusion side or DMR side on the Nature Coast. I'm usually in front of my radio here in the States. And like always, 73 to you. Have a great day. Get out there. Find someone who you feel might be interested in ham radio and encourage them. Become an Elmer for someone. That's all I ask. That's my payment for doing these videos and helping you guys out and everything. Is all I ask is you kind of pass it forward. You go out there and you share this great, wonderful community of ham radio with people that you feel can benefit from it, and that the community can benefit from having them as being a part of. Once again, 73, and have a great day.